Since the earliest of days, the apparatus for playing as a dragon in D&D has always been present, yet never codified in the core rules and always treated as something ancillary for homebrewing. Kobolds were redefined in recent editions to be tiny dragons, and Dragonborn made a core race in 4th edition. However, neither of these races are truly dragons. Greetings, travellers. I am Shoot Cum, the Chimney Summoning Wizard, and welcome to the 4th episode in my series on the Lost Worlds of D&D. Today we'll be delving into a boxed set that actually has rules where you can play as a dragon. This is Council of Wyrms. Council of Furries is a deluxe AD&D 2nd edition box set designed by Bill Slavicek while he worked for TSR. Everything you need to run a campaign set around dragons is spread across 3 booklets, including a predefined setting. The setting itself is a continental-sized island chain called Io's Blood Isles, home to many clans of dragons. At the beginning of time, the great god of dragonkind named Io gave the world to his children. However, dragons are selfish creatures, and a world-spanning dragon war began. Io, understandably upset at this perceived fratricide, declared that if any blood should be shed for dragonkind, let it be his. He clawed open his own body, and his fiery blood landed in the Sea of Ice, forming the Blood Isles of Io. This land was Io's gift to his children. However, dragons being dragons simply went back to fighting for dominance. Io, furious at this, left them to it for a while. Soon the humans came and waged a holy war to wipe out all dragons. Is this the 90s humans ruined everything trope? Hardly. As it turns out, the one who taught the humans the secrets of dragon slaying, and how to navigate to the Blood Isles, was none other than Io himself. His reasoning? If dragons must fight, let them fight for their lives once and learn the value of their race. This did not work. The dragons merely fought for themselves, or their own clans, and faced extinction. Io had to intervene by sending in his avatar and personally lead them to victory several times until the dragons got it through their scaly heads that yes, these lines of little men burn when you breathe fire upon them all at once. As soon as the crusade had been crushed, the dragons went back to fighting amongst themselves. Having dealt with multiple failures to wrangle his children on their own terms, Io implanted the idea of a ruling council among all the clan leaders, and kept sending them dreams about it until the Council of Wyrms was memed into existence. On an uncontested island, simply known as the All Clans Isle, stands a monolithic structure carved from a mountain. Inside are temporary nesting chambers for large groups of visiting dragons. This is called the Eyrie, and hosts the Council of Wyrms when it meets. The council itself is made up of dragons over the age of 1,000 who are able to table agendas and cast votes on behalf of their clan. However, there are a limited number of positions in any given assembly of the council, so each clan may only send one Wyrm to represent their interests. And there are still less positions than there are dragon clans, just to punish stragglers. There is also the platform of Dominates, which any dragon may participate in. This platform exists to debate ideas and policy before votes take place in the hopes that the elder dragons will listen to the youth. If debates between 2 dragons get heated enough, they may fight an airborne duel using their claws. There are also custodians, who care for the Eyrie and run the council, making sure that all other dragons follow protocol. Part of their duties is to summon the council should a dragon call for a meeting under the following conditions. Note the Orbs of Io. These magical artifacts exist solely to summon the council to the All Clans Isle, in a matter not unlike a shit walkie-talkie. Of the varieties of dragons available, the most common chromatic and metallic dragons are present, along with gem dragons. Dragons may not be warrior or rogue classes, but instead have access to their own class, which has variable experience tables based on what color the dragon is. The cleric and mage classes are available to all colors of dragon, and specifically for gem dragons, so is the Psionicis class. These must be taken with the draconic variant kit for each class. While kits are usually style over substance, with negligible changes in both editions of AD&D, these dragon kits gut the classes they are designed for, and shoehorn in other rules for dragons to ensure they have enough HP and an experience penalty for being so powerful. Variable by color. All things a dragon should have are available to dragon players. However, there are 2 factors which make playing as a dragon much more challenging than playing as a regular character. Firstly, a dragon is level locked to his size. Dragons live for thousands of years and do not grow quickly. Ergo, a human fighter who survives adventuring to retire at 12th level could live his entire adventuring career before the dragon's even big enough to reach 2nd level. If the dragon gets big enough to reach 12th level, that same fighter's memory could be a mere legend forgotten to time. Secondly, in order to gain levels, a dragon must have a treasure hoard with a gold piece value greater than or equal to the amount of experience required to gain a level. This hoard will diminish over time, for one reason or another, and must be constantly replenished. In order to reach 12th level, a dragon must be wealthy indeed. Imagine. Of course, not everyone wants to be a dragon, so non-dragon player options are available. Dwarves, elves, and gnomes are listed as kindred races to dragonkind. This is because of their long lifespans. There is a special Dragon Rider kit just for them. There is also another race just for this setting. Purge it in flame! My apologies. This is a half-dragon. These abominations are the bastard offspring of shape-changing metallic dragons and their kindred demi-humans. They have a decent selection of classes and 2 kids based on either their draconic parent raising them or their demi-human parent kicking them out for being a freak. Away, vile creature. Humans, despite not being presented as a player option, receive a fully written Dragon Slayer kit. For villains. After reading about dragon mating habits in the box set while researching for this video, knowing that this overpowered knockoff paladin kit designed to destroy the winged menace is available to members of my own race was a breath of fresh air. I shall just say it. Unless you intend to run the box set as is, don't. Conversion into another edition is hard enough, if not downright impossible for 3rd edition onwards. Other systems would have no way of handling it. Introducing these rules to an already established milieu could cause a catastrophic power imbalance between players. The setting itself may be usable. In fact, if you ignore all lore for Forgotten Realms outside of the 2nd edition box set, you could place Io's Blood Isles around where Maztica ought to be. The names of the oceans on the poster maps just about line up. If Abier Toril is a spherical planet, not a flat world. But shoot, come, I read a bunch of comic books where Toril is a planet like Earth. Flat Toril isn't canon. Well, I've read novels where it is. And some where it isn't. This is why I'm not sure, Strawman. I would rather not go further into the accompanying lore as I'm not a furry. Now, I'm sure some of you are in the comment section, very calmly, typing out that dragons are not furry because they don't have fur. I must remind you that before they were called furries, that a group of internet reprobates who overshare certain preferences were comic book enthusiasts known as the funny animal fandom. Thus, be it fur, feathers, scale or skin, fursecution is always righteous. Until we next meet, fare thee well.